living stereo stylus in this groove.
Brandon Groce. And we are the Game Changers. Designers, creatives alike. We are in a world that runs on value. Our next designs will be the shiniest. Our next animation will be the most buttery. Ladies and gentlemen, Game Changers, let the games begin. Yo, what is going on, guys? Well, happy Friday. It is another day, another week. I hope you guys had some really awesome stuff to watch, especially this week, because this week was literally like the end of Adobe Max. There were so many cool things there. I'd actually love to know how many of you guys in the chat were there. By the way, what's going on, Kyle? We have KS Beast, and we have the Trendy Vlogger. What's happening, guys? 10 beautiful people out here. So what we're gonna do today is, some of you guys have seen a little bit of the power of Editor X, but because we are in the spirit of monthly challenges, we have been focusing on SpaceX and really being able to redesign stuff like that. And I was like, you know what, might as well just do some Editor X stuff as well. And so today's episode is sponsored by them, and we are going to redesign or recreate the Editor or SpaceX website in Editor X and show you guys how easy that is. So without any further ado, let's jump in. Join me to the office. Hey, what's going on, Christina? Happy to be here. Sweet. And by the way, guys, if you haven't already, please make sure to smack that like button to show some love. But how are you guys doing in the chat? What's happening, Wemo? We have the family here. How is everybody's Friday? Because this is part of like also our chillin' chat time. If you guys aren't already part of our Discord, definitely want to join that. But what's happening today? I want to, hear a little bit about what's going on with you guys. Want to chat and do some cool stuff at the same time. What's happening, Fergie? Hey, everybody. We need to give super claps to Fergie because she did an amazing job at Adobe Max with her sessions, pulling through with so many awesome things. But yeah, guys, so what's happening with your guys' Friday? What do you have happening for the weekend? Let us know. Kashif, hello, Brandon. Hope you are doing good. I am very good. The only thing that is kind of jacked up is I was running. I was running this week and I totally fell and busted my knee. Been wearing like a knee brace. I feel old. Older than usual. Older than my grandpa usual. But I'm good. How are you guys doing? Let me know in the chat what you guys have for your plans. But while you guys are doing that, we can continue to conversate at the same time. I do want to schmoozy. Yo, Psyche, what's happening? Yo, by the way, I love that anime. I have to freaking say. I haven't yet to finish all of it. But it's one of my favorite animes to watch before bed. Fergie says, yeah, today was, a tiring day. Yes. Well, now you get to relax and figure out what exactly you want to do with your day. I will definitely heal. There's been ice packs on ice packs, and I have plenty of cookies. So, kind of talking through what we're going to do today. It's super simple. We're just gonna literally put together SpaceX's super simple website together in Editor X and why I picked this is because one, it's a super simple website, and two, I just want to show you how simple Editor X is, and that's really it. And then we can play around on top of that. But yeah, while I'm also doing this, I kind of also want to know what are some of the cool things. How many people actually watched Adobe Max this week? What were some of your favorite things? My favorite things were the 3D, some of the 3D stuff that they have going on in their pipeline. This stuff is super exciting. But while you guys let me know what that is in the chat, I'm going to let you know. By the way, if you guys have not joined Editor X, there's a link down below. It's for free. You don't have to charge whatever. I'm actually using the free version today so you guys can see what exactly how it works. And by the way, let me know if the music is too loud. But what we're going to do first, I've kind of already started a little bit. I'm going to delete all of this so you guys can see exactly how I do this from scratch, but it's really easy. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this. I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm going to keep this and I'm going to start from scratch so you guys can see how it works. So Hey, Brian, what's happening? Hi, I will have you on the background while I'm editing the templates. Awesome. Much love, dude. By the way, Brian is one of my beautiful, he is part of the amazing video editor team. So if you guys like my content, it's really because of him. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to, I'm already logged in Editor X. I'm going to create a new site. I'm going to go to Editor X. And I'm just gonna press design. That really doesn't matter. And there's a whole bunch of templates that I could pick from, but honestly, the SpaceX website is like so simple, we don't need to do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this, we don't need that anymore. I'm just gonna do a blank canvas. And honestly, if I picked any of these, for example, like if I just go back, like if I just clicked, and there's a whole bunch of templates we can actually pick from. But this is honestly the coolest thing, because what Editor X is strong at is you can kind of just like plug and play. I can pick a really dope template, and honestly all I would need to change is, just like any other template, is the text and some of the assets. So it's kind of like building it for me. Essentially, this is the site, and all these boxes, I can change out the videos, I can change out the text, I can change the text, whatnot. And some of this is like already pre-built. Like if I wanted to redesign SpaceX in this format, I totally could just download the images from the SpaceX site and just like plug and play. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do it from scratch because it's even easier. All right, let's see. But you guys, it sounds like you guys aren't doing anything for the weekend. I'm saddened by that. Is everybody tired from just Max? So what I'm gonna do here, while I'm like talking and instructing at the same time. So what the blank sheet really just comes with is it comes with a vector logo, a header. Well, actually, let me just show you the layers. And what I like about Editor X versus say like Webflow is this is like intuitive. This is honestly like Adobe XD. I understand everything that's in here. I have my layers, I have my settings palette where I have like my alignment tools, my design, where I can change colors and things like that, and then I have like my animations. So what I'm gonna do first, because we're redesigning SpaceX, I actually don't like this image first. I do not want like a weird rocket in the beginning. I kinda wanna do the video first. So what I'm gonna do here is I am going to close all of these because we don't need them. And I am going to right click in my header, and just really quick I'm going to detach from masters just so it's not green. I'm essentially turning it into a section. And also, while I'm doing this, guys, if you have any questions in regards to like what is happening or what in the world did I just do, like feel free to pop that in the chat and I will go slowly and explain what's kind of happening. But I'm really just gonna go into, I'm gonna right click. I wanna do a couple things here. I wanna add a video player. It automatically just drops in a video, and I can go to my layers and see where it dropped it. So in my section, I have my video player, I have my hamburger menu, which Editor X automatically puts in, but displays at 0. You can see it right here. I'm gonna turn it back off. I'm gonna just right click, don't display. And that comes into play with like responsive websites too. We'll get into all that. We'll literally be able to create this entire site, I'm hoping in under an hour. Like desktop and mobile. That is the goal. All right, so now we have, on this side, we have our logo and we have our menu here too. So first things first, I'm actually gonna delete this logo. I'm gonna pull in some of my media. And I actually have some, I've already took the time to download some of I always get Editor X and SpaceX's names mixed up. I already downloaded some of SpaceX's content, their logo. I'm gonna upload their PNG and some of their videos and photos. Hey, what's going on? UI UX design tips and reviews. What's happening? How you doing today? Hey, Annika, what's going on? What's happening? Annika, how are you? How are you post Max? Are you excited for the weekend? And also, for those of you who just popped in, we are creating a no-code website, and it just happens to be SpaceX. I'm super excited to show you guys how easy it is. And yeah. So, okay. So I'm in this... What do you mean what happened to Brandon? You mean like my head? What happened? I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna quick add, I'm gonna add an image. I'm gonna just get our logo in here. I'm gonna change image. I'm gonna pull in our space logo. And of course, guys, I don't have the SVG of SpaceX, so just bear with me. I just did a really ugly cut of SpaceX's logo in Photoshop, so don't shoot the messenger, okay? Annika says, I'm just gonna rest. Saw you on my schedule for next week. Woo-hoo! Yes, I am on Adobe Live on Monday and Tuesday, messing around with some of the new XD really dope features, so I'm excited about that. Okay, so I got a couple things happening here. I'm gonna go to my layers. So this thing right here, essentially everything is white, so we can't see anything. So I'm just gonna click the page home. I'm gonna go to my settings over here, and I'm gonna just make this black. Wait, my health or my hair? Oh, my knee. Yeah, I busted my knee. And like, I was trying to be like Superman while running. Like, granted, I haven't ran in like 2 years. And so like, I was really booking it down the street. And like, I fell over some I jumped and I like hit some chains. And I fell, and there was like rocks on the other side of the chains, and I literally just fell and like busted my knee and my shin, and I was just like, oh. So yeah, it was not fun, but I am alive. I am here. I have survived. UI UX design tip says, I need to change the channel name to something that makes more sense in terms of branding. My name is Akin. Hey, what's going on, Akin? Well, it's a pleasure to actually know your name, my friend. Do you, well, I'm assuming you make UI UX content. All right. So what I'm just gonna place some things here. So right now, just like in any other design program, I need to kind of mix and match some of my layers here. So my image, which really is our logo, let me see. I want to rename this, but I don't think that is in the abilities. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this image, which is our logo. I'm gonna put it on top of our video. And I'm gonna kind of actually I'm gonna just take my video editor and put it below everything. That's the safe bet. And I'm just gonna scale this. I can change the video. I'm just gonna change it to our beautiful space thingy-me-jigger. And I'm gonna scale it. I'm gonna use this button to scale. And I am going to use, I'm gonna go back to my layers, select this section. And I'm gonna just make sure that this actually can drag this too. I can either use my right-hand side bar here, my settings, to expand and contrast like the actual height, or I can literally just like push and pull, which I like. Just like, again, any other software. Hey, what's going on, man? Nice. You adding up some looping clips on this sexy site? Yes. Cheers, Playboy. Cheers to you, my friend. Trendy vlog. I need to change my YouTube name. Created this account like 8 years ago. Well, listen, it's still trendy, okay? All right, now what I want to do is, because if we take a look at SpaceX, the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna just do the menu on top of like an image, and then we're gonna get some text going, and we have our CTA. But it's taking me long because it's a Friday and I want to talk to you guys, and it's a good day. But Annika and really everybody else, what are you guys doing this weekend? What's happening? Is it just a whole bunch of rest? And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna group my logo and my menu. I'm gonna make sure they're aligned horizontally. Boom. I'm gonna press Control G. They have become grouped. And what I also want to do is I kind of want to bring a container in here, just for like easy maintenance of just keeping things organized. And we'll explain this a little bit as we continue on. So I'm gonna click the plus here. I could have quick added it, but I want to kind of look through some things. I want to go to layout tools. I'm gonna just grab like an empty box, just this gray thing here. And so for those of you who are familiar with somewhat web development, you don't have to use containers. You literally can make sites 121 different ways. The way that I'm gonna do this today is literally the way that is best for me in terms of like how I organize things on sites. But honestly, the best thing about Editor X is that you literally just have to like make text, add assets, and place it where you want. You don't have to deal with things where like in Webflow you have to figure out like all the numerical equations, especially when you're using templates. But for this case, this is just how what works for me. So I'm going to create a little bit of a container, and I'm going to pull in my hamburger and my logo into my container here. I'm just going to Control X, go into my container, Control V. It kind of goes into the container, my menus, and my, it looks like my whatchamacallit was deleted. So we'll make a mobile menu later. We don't have to worry about that. Brian says, rest, make energy for a party tomorrow at night. Yes, very nice. May says, I'll rewatch your awards course. That's right, great stuff. Well, I'm glad you're digging it. Christina, Brandon is a hacker. He decoded some HTML. Wait, hold on. Did I miss a question? Christina. Hope we all get back to creating content at Design with Fergie. It's also a great channel. Wait, what's happening? I feel like I'm missing things, guys. I feel like things have happened and you guys are talking to each other and I have no idea what is going on. All right, I'm gonna ungroup this really quick because I don't need them to be grouped anymore. But for some reason they are moving together. Okay, all right, I'm gonna move this down this way. I'm gonna move this over here. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna move this over to the edge. How far do I want it from the side? And I can also do like, I can drag stuff if I wanted. Like I can be like, oh, okay, well I want 30 pixels from the right and 30 from the top. But I also can do it from here as well. If I wanted 30 pixels from the top and 30 pixels from the right. Basically this is just like the docking. So there's a lot of different ways to actually make sure that what you're creating is pixel perfect, which I like. And it helps me in a visual way. Versus where like I feel like I'm like pushing and pulling things in Webflow and I really don't understand. All right, so now I can just turn down the opacity on this container, whoops, to 0. All right, so now we have a little bit of a container menu on top of our video. I can pull my video down here in the section. Dun-dun. Make sure I'm selecting it. There we go. Pull it down, make sure we have as much video as we want. Okay. Christina asked how you got the video, so I asked you're a hacker. Oh, it's super easy. So on how I got the video is on SpaceX. You literally can get any asset on any website. So I just right-clicked, I inspect. I press this little thing. I have no idea what it is. It's like select element, and I click the background where the video is. Okay. Christina says also finished the awards course. Big fan of Mr. Snuggles. Yes. Press the like button for Mr. Snuggles, guys. I'm glad you liked him. He was definitely also very happy to be starring in that. So how I got this is, so we see right here, this is like video. I just open that up and there's 2 little media files right here. I right clicked it, I opened a new tab, and there's the video, ta-da. And what I can do from here is I can right click, save video as, and that saves to my desktop. This video saves to my desktop and that's good to go. And that's literally what I uploaded to this. So if I press preview here, essentially the video plays, and we can figure out as we go like how to keep the video. As you guys see, this kind of like shrinks down. We don't want that to happen. We want it to be full scale, and we also want it to autoplay. So we'll figure that out. So I'm gonna go back to editing the site, and I'm gonna start getting my text in her. All right, we got the preview. I don't know what this checkbox is. I think that's just making sure that like I'm saving and publishing. Okay. It's basically just like, yes, your stuff is changed. All right, let's go back to looking at SpaceX. Let's look at the text that we want. Anytime, Christina. I am glad that that was helpful. All right, so I'm just gonna make sure that I am in my section. I'm going to just right click, and I'm just gonna add some, where's my quick add? I don't know why I'm not seeing it. Anyway, I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna go to text. I am going to grab, we'll just grab a H1. And usually you don't have to grab it like that. Literally, you should just be able to like right click. I think it's just because I'm on top of a video and it thinks that I want to edit the video, which is not true. But I just dragged this in. All I did was I went to add elements. I went to text and I just grabbed an H1. And that keeps everything, you know, really smooth. If I end up editing the size of this H1, it also happens to change all of the H1s throughout the document. So the first thing that we're gonna do, what do we have? This is gonna be dragon returns to Earth. And you can also, for example, like what text is this? Edit text. This is Poppins. You can also upload your customized fonts, things like that, to Editor X, which is awesome. Sanjeev, what's happening? Big fan, bro. Big fan of you as well. What's happening, my friend? Also, Christina, how's your weekend? What the rest of you guys? A lot of it seems. Oh wait, Brian, are you going to a Halloween party? What's happening? And I see a couple of new faces popping in. If you guys are just popping in and you're wondering what's happening, we are literally creating the SpaceX website in Editor X, which is a no-code platform, which is super easy for us as designers to, or really even just non-designers to use. And the goal of today is to create a website, a responsive website in less than an hour. So we're gonna do all of that. So I've uploaded all of these, all these custom fonts, and to show you how to do that is super simple. You can see the upload fonts thing here. I can press that and literally I can upload my fonts. It'll ask me where my files on my computer I would like to pull them, and these are all the fonts that I've kind of uploaded. Argentina does not have, note to self, Halloween parties. All right, so I'm just gonna squeeze this. All right, I'm gonna actually find what is the size of the text that they use over here, so I can utilize that in our design. All right, font size is about 60, so we're gonna do the same. Edit text, we got 88, we're gonna do 60 here. Blow. Let's scale that. Shablam. And as you guys can see, if you see these little things here, they're automatically docking that is such a nasty word. What's it called? You can very easily, like, it docks in percentage for responsivity to understand, oh, well, we want these items to stay here. So we're gonna just find a spot for that. I'm gonna close this because we don't need that. I'm gonna also close these templates because we don't need that. And let's see. Okay, so, all right. And also I'm gonna pull this in, and we also get these grids here. So I'm lining up SpaceX with this dragon to Earth, and I'm also gonna do the same thing on this side in a little bit. I'm actually gonna move the menu. We're gonna move it a little bit to the center in a little bit. You guys will see why, because there's a whole bunch of menu pieces. Editor X is much better than the old Wix editor. I tried them both a little, but the difference is huge. Yes, much different, and it's just more intuitive, you know. Like all you have to do is just right click, create something, and it's kind of there. So like, how long have you been using Editor X, Akin? This time I'm going to use H4. Right click, copy my text. I'm going to put ddin. I'm just going to put this. I don't know if it's what it needs to be. And then I'll do like 18. I don't know why it didn't change. There we go. And I wonder if this was condensed. Groce, what's happening? Hey Brandon, long time no see. Can you once do a page like AirPod information page, Apple website pages in general with animations on scroll and stacking features? You know what? I might do that since this is going to be an ongoing series with Editor X. I'd be happy if you guys have certain things you would actually like to have challenges monthly or even see weekly. Just let me know in Discord and we can literally just like show up on the best day that works for everybody, and we can figure out like, hey, this is how we're going to redo the AirPods website in Editor X. May is asking, do I need to host with Wix to get started into Editor X, or can I just grab the code and export to my personal hosting? That is a great question. I will have to check. I don't think you can export the code. I think you do have to host with Editor X. That's kind of... That's a good question. I'm not sure if you have to host with them. Maybe you have hosting elsewhere, but the design, like, or the URL that you have points to Editor X. Maybe I think that's what it is. You have the URL, and Editor X holds everything, and you just and your URL doesn't have to be on Editor X, I think is the thing. But I will have to double check that. Don't trust me on that. But I think it is very flexible in how you can. All right, so this is medium, and this is dun, dun, dun. It's hard to think and talk at the same time, guys. Like I have to say, like I'm so appreciative that you guys show up, because a lot of the time I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the times I don't know what I'm talking about, but like things just happen to happen nicely and work out beautifully. Brian says, I wish someday to go to a Halloween party. Very nice. Akin says, I codified a homepage in both of them, but it was enough to see the difference, and they have great practice-based tutorial. Yes, they do. They have an amazing academy. It's all free. It's really well put together, what they've been able to do from a community standpoint. All right, so let's see here. I'm just essentially just going in and inspecting like all of the like true things that they're using. So their font is 17. This is ddin regular. Again, quick add. Oh, not well. I guess a title is fine. Edit text. We're gonna do ddin regular. If I can find, I think this is it. Ddin regular. And I'm just gonna copy the words that they have here. So, Brian, if you guys don't have Halloween, what do you guys have in Argentina? All right, I'm just gonna make this white here. Boom, boom, there we go. And making this, I'm gonna do, I think this was 17. There we go. I believe it was 17, let me see. I don't know, they kind of look a little small. All right, it was 17, but it does look small. Maybe it's just because we're not utilizing 100% of the space. But let's start to... Let me see. We're gonna go ahead and... I think this is too small. But this is design. Like once we figure out all this stuff, we're gonna be able to like copy and paste it to really everything. But again, what type of, you said you made home pages. What type of home pages did you make? Let's see, what was this? This was 20 pixels. Boom, 20. All right. So I'm just gonna make sure everything is lined up here. I'm gonna hold shift, select all this, and just use my left align tool. Boom, good to go. And now I'm gonna go ahead and grab a botane. So boom, right there. I'm just gonna pull that right there. And I'm going to change the color of our border. I'm gonna change that to white. Boom. And we're gonna change the text to say, what is the button over here? This is my jam. All right, we're gonna rewatch, and we are going to make sure to change the text color here, white, and we're also gonna change this to D dot bold. There we go. And let's see, it's all caps, so we're gonna do caps rewatch. There we go. And we can just scale that to how we want. Like, this is how easy it is. Honestly, if I wanted to, we could be done. Like, for example, I'm just gonna group all of this, Control G, and I'm just gonna put the video player below all of that. And what I could do is I could take this section, maybe we might not be able to, actually we could do it with this section. I could take this section, copy paste, and it duplicates it, and all I would need to do is just delete the menu container, and I can just start doing the reverse. Actually, that's honestly what we might do. I didn't even think about this, guys. This is actually gonna be way quicker than I thought. So we're gonna start with that. All we're gonna do is rather than change the video, we're just gonna go to our layers here, and I think we need to find a way to change the names of these sections. I think maybe I just double click them. Okay. It was easier than I had thought. I was like, I must right click to figure this out. But it is super easy. Yeah, Christine, it's so much better than Squarespace, because Squarespace is like, you only have options to do this, where this, you as designers are just like like aesthetically versed individuals. You're able to figure this stuff out. All right, so we're gonna call this menu plus header. This next one, we're gonna do spaceship section. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying this and or the conversation and or learning, don't forget to smash that like button. It helps tremendously reach more people. Learn cool things like this. All right, so I'm gonna go back to my media here, and I'm just gonna pull my image here, go to my layers, I'm gonna pull this down to where my video is, and all I gotta do is just hit the stretch. I'm gonna delete my video. My image covers the entire container, and honestly, all I'm gonna do is just change the words. Upcoming launch. Crew 33. Oops, didn't mean to do that. We want these ones. Yeah, honestly, see, it's always what's really interesting is like, one thing I would like to do is I would like to make rules to make it so that there's certain I might create a container so that these actually, I might do that actually, just to keep things clean. I'm gonna quick add, I'm gonna create a container. I'm gonna pull this over here. And again, you don't necessarily have to do this, but again, this is me thinking about responsivity, keeping things super clean for me, and not having to move a lot, and you guys will see kind of how this works. All right, gonna go to my layers. Container to me kind of just feels like a folder. I'm gonna take all of this text, the dragon, all this stuff. Let me see. I don't know why the rewatch. Oh, that's the button. Okay. I'm gonna take all this and I'm gonna put this inside of the container. I'm just gonna hold Control X, go to my container, Control V, so I'm pasting everything in that container. And I would probably have to reorganize this just a little bit. Oops, not what I'm trying to do. So I got this, we're just reorganizing, boom. And I'm gonna pull my Bhutan, and I'll explain why I used a container in just a little bit. Christina asks, will the video play automatically after opening the page? Will it be on loop? Sorry if I missed. No, this is an excellent question. So how I have it set up right now, it's a video on play, but what we will do is figure out how to make it so that it will autoplay. So great question. You didn't miss anything. That's something that we're gonna actually do together. There's actually a couple of video options when it comes to Editor X. All right, so right now I am trying to, all right. Dun, dun. One thing I still have to figure out how to learn, if you guys see this, like I like how everything is now essentially in this group, but what I want it to do also is be in a kind of a relationship with these other elements. So like, for example, I think this actually might be it, stack. There it is. So that there is a, if you guys can maybe barely see it, but there is a relation, there's like a little bit of gray in between these elements now. If you can you see that in the chat? It's like very, very subtle. It's kind of like what they have in Adobe XD where it kind of shows like the relationship between the other elements. And by the way, I'm going to turn the border off of this container here. Okay, I'm going to pull that there. I'm actually going to delete this because we don't want that anymore. And we're going to push. I'm going to replace what we had here. There we go. Just so we're kind of like using kind of like components. I know I didn't necessarily componentize it, but essentially just using one element on another piece. If we wanted to like actually take our time with this, we literally could make a component out of this and make it like a master, but we'll go over that another time. Christina, you're using Squarespace right now? Yes. This is a lot more. So what do you have up on your site right now, Christina? I'm going to try to find a way to like put this. Let's see. How far should we have this? This is about .64 pixels from the bottom. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to click this. 64 pixels. Boom. We're trying to keep it the same for each little section. Again, changing the words. Oops. Crew mission. And see, now that you see that, did you guys see how it auto resized? So when I use stacks, it keeps each element the same width or the same pixel width from away from each other while they're stacked. If you guys are familiar with XD and that same sort of, yeah, it's the same thing in XD. It's called a stack. It keeps the relationships the same, so that way you don't have to go back in and like finagle, like, oh, I need new information in there. I gotta like change, you know, kind of how it works. And so if I delete this, there you go. It already resizes for me. All right, sweet. So next we're going to do, so we already have those two. We're just gonna duplicate this here. We're gonna go to my layers. So this is Spaceship 1. Boom. Christina says I've got a couple of projects. Nishant says, is this easier than Webflow? 1,000,000%. Webflow, you gotta like do math and stuff. Like this is, Nishant, I'm gonna have you answer a question for me. Whether you're familiar with XD, any sort, if you're familiar with a design platform, even Photoshop, this is much more like Photoshop or any other similar to tools that we use as designers. It's Webflow, like if you want to make cool stuff in Webflow, you kind of have to like be big brained a little bit. But it's super simple. Like I just have to understand what assets I'm using, what I want to have the site say. Like it's super easy. Like when did we start this? We started at 3 o'clock. It's about 40 minutes in. We're about to finish literally the whole homepage of SpaceX in less than 40 minutes. All I have to do is, I think, one more. What is it? I'm gonna copy this. But yeah, it's honestly, it's really easy. I've only really been in Editor X. It didn't even take me, I think if you have watched this channel, I have created 2 Editor X sites with very little knowledge, and they're continually adding on to the complexity, what you can do with animations, and like the barrier to entry is very little. Like I remember when I was learning Webflow, like how much I had to read. I think we can all understand like the headache that is within like Webflow and how much documentation, and you kind of have to think a little bit like a developer to get the best out of Webflow, whereas like Editor X, it's very much designer first, and that's how they kind of built it. Like even people who aren't, it's like a mix of it's literally like Wix, but it also I'll show you guys some of the things that are within like once we kind of hit like our time, you know, the time limit that we have for today. I'm gonna show you guys like some of the other really cool this is learn more, some of the really cool things that we can do, and that really helps with the learning curve or the creation curve time in Editor X. Yes, Webflow is very frustrating because there's so much to learn to just get a little bit out of it. Where honestly, my whole goal, hopefully with this series, is to show you guys literally we could show up on I want to move some of these things. I want it to be aligned with like, you see how I'm moving some of this stuff, right? In Webflow, you would have to be like you'd have to like count numbers and stuff. It's not this easy to like reorganize. It's very much like a design editor, and it keeps perfect. When we start doing some of the responsive stuff, it's super easy. So let me just go ahead. So we have, all right, I'm gonna just change this image. Boom. Our last image is this one. Yeah, Editor X is way closer to design than dev because they realize that the space is that, you know, everything is, this is the thing. So Webflow is like the first one to be like, oh, well, we want dev to be a little bit more visually friendly. I have a lot of dev friends who love Webflow because they can do what they used to do typing a lot quicker. Webflow is a little bit way more for dev friendly and just a little bit of designer, like it, but it helps people or designers who learn a little bit of dev go a long way. Whereas Editor X, like you can be a designer with 0 dev knowledge and create some amazing websites without even having to like dive into weeks of tutorials. Like you can learn all of the, I think there's like 8 videos. And they're all like 2 minutes. There's 8 videos that tell you essentially how to use Editor X, and that's all you need to know for all of the base knowledge, and that's really it. So, all right. So I'm gonna get into this footer really quick, and this is really easy. I'm just gonna go to my there are, let's see, there's layout tools, menu, and search. I want a footer, and I saw it earlier. Compositions. And also, this is another thing. Like, there's so many things that they give you to start off with. We'll talk about this in a little bit. But here we go. Compositions, footers. I'm going to go ahead and click that. I'm just going to pull one up that I kind of like and that a little bit resembles Editor X. I might want to do... We'll just play with this one. We'll pull this one. Just pull it in. And I'm going to delete this section. We don't need that section. And we are going to... We don't need this shape. We're going to delete it. We don't... Let's go back to SpaceX. All right. It's pretty simple. We're just going to take this and... Is Editor X limited than Webflow? It depends on what you want to do. So let me ask you this. Nishant, what do you want to do with, like, if you were to use Editor X, what would you want to have, at your disposal? And while you answer that, I'm going to show you guys how to kind of deal with the menu now, and I want to show you guys like how cool it is that the menu updates everywhere, both in the header and in the footer once you create everything. So I'm gonna add I'm literally just gonna click on my menu here, and I'm gonna, all right, so we have Falcon 9. I'm just gonna manage menu. I'm actually going to, I'm gonna leave this for now, but all right, we're gonna do just a link for now, and we're gonna send all of this to, we're just gonna send this to Google for right now because we don't have an actual website to send it to, so just Google. Done. I'm gonna call it Falcon 9. Same thing here. Boom. Page. I wonder if... Huh. I wonder if it will allow... Oh, it won't. It will just call it home. Alright. So I'm going to remove this. And right now, all of the menu items are going to be black. We'll change that in a hot second. Web address, google.com. Let's see here. I'm going to call this heavy, Falcon Heavy. I'll call this Google again. And obviously, as you guys can see, you can send it to a page, you can have an anchor link, you can send it to a document, you can send it to an email. Like, they make this really easy. A light box. Alright, so boom. Dragon. And I wonder if I can duplicate this. I cannot. Okay. Link. Web address, Google. I see. Based on my title experience, just a homepage and what Brandon said, I don't think so, but I never used Webflow. Brian, I see. Oh, I checked Parana, and it also a river name in that region. Interesting. Yeah, the city have the same name as the river. Oh, is that where you live? Oh, wait, hold on. Brian said, yeah, Recoleta is popular there. But I'm very far of Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires? I'm so bad at reading, guys. Nishan says, can we make a simple e-commerce website through this? Yes. I will get to that. I will show you. Like, there's templates literally for that. And Editor X has everything from... it has everything that you need to literally click a button, build an e-commerce store for you, and you just like put your products in. So we'll talk about that in a moment. All right, so this is Dragon. What is the name of this? Starship. All right, and this is the last thing I'm gonna type. We don't need the full. We don't need the full menu. Starship. And all right, we'll do the rest. Human space flight and ride share. I'm just tired of like typing in Google. Human ride share. But we only have to type this in one time. Oh, or human space flight, whatever. I don't know why I got Uber on the mind. And we'll add one more. And rideshare is there, okay. All right, boom. Okay. So now I'm just gonna go to my settings over here. I'm gonna go to my design, and I am going to change all of the text from black to white, and I'm also going to change the text from Poppins to DDIN, and I think we're gonna use the condensed. We'll see what that looks like. Or not. I don't know why it didn't change. All right, let's see what happens. All right, there we go. I don't know why I decided to change after I clicked it. So we're just gonna move this a little bit over. Just like so. And I wonder if I can stack these. I would like to stack them, but I think I'm gonna group them for now. And let's see. So we have pretty much everything. And see, as you guys saw from the menu, we did it once. And what's awesome is that essentially Editor X keeps track of all of your menus, both, and I'll show you guys this once we start getting into responsive 2. Even the mobile menu understands like the menu types that you have. It will be easier if I explain. So, all right, so I'm clicking on my menu. I'm gonna go ahead and change this to text, DDIN. We're gonna do, I think it was condensed that we did there too. Boom, easy day. Brandon, you were so late to the conversation. Guys, I have to like talk and think. I'm sorry. Akin says the second pronunciation of Buenos Aires, or Buenos Aires. I can't do it, guys. Sounded correct to me, but I'm not Argentinian. Can we use our Adobe fonts in it too? I believe so. Let me verify that real quick. So I'm actually going to cut this. I'm going to also scale this down and pull this right next to here. I'm gonna scale our menu down just a little bit. Pull this right here. We're gonna put SpaceX right here. Some copyright stuff, you know what I'm saying. Scale that down as well. I'm gonna group these two, and I'm gonna center this just like that. I'm gonna squeeze this in. Actually, I want to see something because it looks like there's a little bit of there's a vertical menu somehow, and I don't necessarily know what that means. I think this might be for mobile. We'll deal with that when we get there. So I'm just gonna like not display that. And what is this down here? I think this is like, oh, this is the footer. All right, we'll delete that. We don't need this. All right, well, let's see what this looks like, and then we will also check out the Adobe fonts real quick. All right, so I'm gonna click this. So to your question, Nishant, if I want to edit any text, I just click on it, click edit text, and when I click the font here, there are a whole bunch of default fonts, but also, let's see what this is. I have not tried the language thing before, but I can upload my fonts. So if you have downloaded your Adobe fonts, I'm pretty sure you can upload them. But you can upload the TTFs, the OTFs, the WOFFs, and the WOFF2s. Don't know what the last two are, but you're recreating SpaceX, and I'm here recreating Deliveroo in Adobe XD. What is Deliveroo? right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna change this video. So this is the video player. Let's see if we can find like an auto player. So I'm gonna go to media. Let's see. This is the transparent video. Single image, single video players. Video box. Maybe this is what it is. So I'm gonna pull this in really quick just to see like what it is. It looks like it's not on autoplay. Maybe there's an autoplay. I've actually not tried. Okay, so this is autoplay. Sweet. All right, so that's what we're gonna use. So we're gonna just edit, close that out, and we're gonna replace this. So we're gonna just go into hit settings. Oh wait, autoplay right here. Autoplay, play in a loop. See, Kristen, that was a really, or Christina, that was a really good question. So all I had to do was click the video player and go to settings, and it had autoplay and play in loop already there for us. So if we preview, we still need to figure out how to have it full. But everything else, like we have from Editor X, we can tighten up the, literally we can tighten up everything else, the footer. But let's see what we can do with the actual video here. We don't want to change the video. Oh, it's a food delivery app? Oh, Deliveroo. I don't know why it didn't like occur to me. Obviously, it's something delivery related. All right, so what I want to do here is I have the video selected, and what I want to do here is I just want to make sure that this is, I want it to be stretched. So let's see what we can do. The play button, show title, video title, no. This is the last thing that we have to figure out, and I think we're good, but let's see. Maybe it has something to do with check out Wix video. Dun, 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 dun. So I wonder if ooh, okay. Let's try this. So width is at 100%, but it doesn't look like it. Height is at, let's try. I'm gonna do some playing around here. Huh. Let's think through, because what's interesting here is that the video is actually, it seems to be like cropping right around here. Whereas you see like these other photos, they go full scale. And I wonder why it is cropping. Maybe it's because I literally, you know what I did? I bet, let's take a look at this. I bet that video is 100%, but it's scaled larger. So let's take a look. So this is the SpaceX video, and it can't play. All right, cool. Open with the VLC. Oh, snap. I literally just turned off like all of the music just to play this. Okay, so the actual video, if you guys didn't see it, oh, I just turned off the music. Sorry, guys. I'm just so excited. Pull that off the side. Let's play. Give me a second, guys. All right, so we got the music playing back again, and I want to you know what's interesting? Alright, I guess this song is just gonna have to be on replay for a little bit. You guys will be fine. Think my stream is lagging. Are you all answering before I heard the question? I don't know. Let me know if you guys, if the stream is lagging. But we do need to figure out this, what's going on here. So, okay. So the video player, it looks like there is a little bit too much space on either side. Oh, well, I don't know what I did there. Let's see if that helps. Again, bringing that below everything. No! Why it do that? Maybe we'll look up very quickly to see if there is a way to have the 100%. But what is are you using? Are you what is the project for, Fergie? Yeah, so we're just gonna look this up. 100% width. Video editor X, because I have it 100%, but for some reason it is not wanting to do that. I actually might try. I wonder if we do another type of video. So I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna add in a video box. I'm gonna add the jellyfish real quick. I'm gonna scale it up. Change video. And I'm gonna put in my site files. My video here. Boom. All right, I'm gonna go here. Let's see what happens with this. Please, fingers crossed. All right, well, it's full, but now we have to click to play. So we're one step closer. But let's figure this out. All right, settings. Reset video. So this is video box. Change play button. Can I delete the play button? That's a no. So it must come with it. All right, let's try a couple other things. So this is transparent video, single video player, audio mini players. This is actually really cool. Explore media. I wonder what happens if I just pull this in. So it becomes a video box. Reset. This is, I guess, the sticky part, guys. I don't know actually how to do this one. Because we did get it to go full, but for some reason, maybe the container is too small. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Let's take a look at that. So I'm gonna Control Z all the way back. You guys must be like super far back in in the stream. I apologize for that. So let's see. So we have this. We do have it on autoplay. But the container that it's in, let's see. I wonder, let me see something. I wonder if I take this video player out. I think it just has to be within the section. I don't think I can just have like a random video outside of a section. That's what, sorry, never mind. Wait, hold on, what? Yeah, I don't, let's see. I don't think it's the container size. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense why it's doing that. I wonder if it's because, let's try this. Let's go back here. Oh, you know what, guys? Okay, so here it is. So when I preview, it goes to width 1808. If we go back to editing, we are editing on a width of 1428. So what we need to do, let's go back to preview. We're gonna take 1808. We're gonna take this width. There we go. And we're gonna edit it on this. Yes, found it, guys. Okay. It's the details. All right. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna take our video. Hopefully. I wonder. I guess it's just not letting me scale it to how essentially how I want it here. It's basically like stopping, kind of like at this size. No, I don't want to change the video. I wonder what is around that. Because the whatchamacallit worked out just fine. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Because if I scale it like, what if I did it like super big los? Alright. That's like super scaled. But I wonder what happens. Yeah, I think it might break as we scale down. I gotta ask their team about that. Okay. Let's go back to where we had like happy campers. Real quick. Alright, 1808. We're gonna do, what was it before? Alright, boom. Alright, so let's start doing some of the responsive stuff. We'll figure out the video works, but it doesn't work. Oh, there. You know what? That's why. It does like a little YouTube thing. That's what we're not trying to have happen. We don't want it to be a YouTube thing. We want that stuff hidden. So that's kind of it. That's what. Yeah, we're gonna switch it. We're actually gonna pull that out. So we're actually going to take that out. Boom. We're just gonna do a video box. Just like we did before. Boom. We're gonna take this. We're gonna scale it up. We will figure out. We're just gonna do this for now. There will be a better way next time. So we're gonna change the color of the play button as well. Actually, we might be able to just turn that off. No. I thought last time it did automatically play, which is why this was fine. I don't know. All right, well, we'll just leave this here. Let's go through some of the responsive stuff, and then we'll diagnose as we go. 1428, thank you, my good sir. Negress says, did anyone here ever work with Adobe Fresco? Do you know if it is easier to animate icons there than an AE? That is a great question. I have no idea. I am not in that space. All right, so what I'm going to start doing is things are going to be conjumbled when we first do this, but it's going to be super easy to fix. So we're going to go to our tablet here, and we're just going to resize some of our boxes here. So we're going to resize our SpaceX logo. We're going to bring that over to our side here. And because our menu, if you guys remember, let's find that. We are right here. And so the menu is too small to have in here. So we have it, what's smart is it actually just like turns off the display for us. And what we can do is we can go in here, we can go to menus and search, and we're gonna find a hamburger menu to just drop in here, and we're gonna just press this. Comes onto the screen, we're gonna pull it up into our menu just like that. Or, hold up, let me go to my layers and move it. I'm gonna move it into the correct container, into the menu, just like this. Please let me move the hamburger menu, please. All right, there we go. Boom, container, paste. There you go. All right, so now it's where it needs to be. I'm gonna make this white. I'm gonna move it to the right here. There we go. And now, I don't really have to do anything else. If I go ahead and here in preview, like if I click on it, oh, I don't think I put what type of menu needs to be part of it. All right, open menu. Okay, so it has all of the menu different pieces that we had previously. We can change the actual text. We want it to have D-din bold instead of Poppins. And let's go to preview. I don't know why it didn't pop up when I clicked it, because it should. Let's see. Hamburger menu, change basic shape. No, it's okay. Candia, what is happening? Long time no see. I do want to figure out why the menu container. All right, let's close that. I want to figure out where is that stored. Open. I wonder if it's because I've like left something out. So this is the video box. This is our boom. Candice has been super busy with school. I hear you on that. What do you have you been liking school? All right, don't display. All right, we'll figure out that menu in a little bit, but everything else, let's just go ahead and make sure that we can scale it. Boom, get our boxes in order. Scale this back. Ugh. There we go. And because we've already really did everything in our stacks, everything just kind of like, here we go. It just moves for us. We just need to basically make sure that our container are the proper sizes that we want, so it gives enough space for our content. There we go. Just scale this out. And this is in a group, so let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Go to our layers so I can grab both of these things at the same time. Just center it using my tools here. And if you guys see, it says more. That essentially just means that there's more in our layers. Boom, SpaceX, just center that. Again, I'm gonna select the group that this is in. I'm gonna select both, center, there you go. I'm gonna scale this down just a little bit, just like that. pull this in. But yeah, but honestly, this is what I like about Editor X is like I don't have to go into like the panel of like, okay, this is X amount of pixels, yada yada yada. Like I just need to literally scale things. That is it. And I can change different things if I wanted to. Like I think, let's see. Like if I really wanted to, I can enable like drop shadows behind things to make, actually, let me see if this works. I think this is the drop shadow behind that box. But I wonder if we can do that behind the words. First time for everything. All right, let's see. I love it's just a little stressful at times. I'm sorry to hear that. What are you learning in school at the moment? Edit text. Let's see. I guess there's no shadow for the text. I guess it's just for the boxes and the shadows. Let's see. I wonder if I can do this. Enable shadows. Yeah, that's just for the box. I guess we would have to put like something particular here, or just move this to a place where it's readable. I wonder if we can change the focal point of the photo here. So there's space. So we can rearrange. This is also like another bomb thing. Like with Webflow, you had to like figure out what exactly the different number points that you wanted for your photos, where here I'm just like, hey, can we just focus on this part of the area or on the photo, and it'll update. I guess that's the bottom of that. Let's see. Okay. I don't think that's like a good focal. I'll pull it over here a little bit. Just a little bit. Fergie says, my pain almost on all the prototyping tools is GIF export. Yes, the XD updates look super awesome. I'm super excited about them. I can't wait to try them live on Adobe Live on Monday with you guys. Let's see, I want to do, all right, these are looking fine. I do want to add like a little bit of a overlay, pattern overlay. I don't want to do a pattern overlay. I just want to do like, let's see, what is this? No, cover image. Let's see. I wish there was a way to just, I know I can put like a thing on top to make this more readable, but I wish that there was honestly a way to just like, just how there's like pattern overlays. I wish there was like a shade overlay. But what we're going to do is we're just gonna add quick add container. We're gonna make this slightly just like this, a little bit, a little darkness. And we're going to plop this into here, and we are going to slap it on top of, oop, we do not want it in the container. Let's get it out of there. There we go. And we're just going to put it right on top of. I wonder why. Oh, lol. Okay. There we go. I had too many containers going on. All right, now I'm just gonna scale this full, boom. Put this in between the video layer, now all the other content. This needs to definitely come down. There you go. And I can reduce the opacity if I want. Okay. All right. So we are looking semi good on the tablet. We can finagle things here if we wanted. I do feel like I need to bring some of the shit back over here. What do you guys like about the what are you guys looking forward to in the new XD updates? All right, boom, boom, boom. I really think that the Lottie stuff is absolutely fire. And if you guys liked all of the like commingling and being able to work collaboratively in XD, like the really cool thing that is also with Editor X2 is that you can actually be working with other people in your same web file together in Editor X, which is really cool. I love that tools are constantly coming together in this way. And now lastly, we're just gonna work on the mobile version. We're just gonna start pulling stuff in here. Just making sure that everything fits, pulling in our containers, centering them. Boom. Boom. The stacks is really just doing the work for us. Center this. Boom, just like that. Center. One thing I will say is, I don't know why this, like I have this stack. I want the stack to be centered on the page, but it's, oh, the containers, like, that's why. Okay. The container was centered, but everything else in it was like not. Okay, so we're gonna center the stack inside of the container. We're gonna shrink our stack a little bit here. Container, okay. Now we're in a good spot. Center that. Yes, the Lottie stuff is super dope. Like the fact that you're able to get that much interaction, man, that's like a dream come true. And I can't wait to like, I don't know, what are some of the things that you guys have played with on there? All right, we're gonna scale our SpaceX stuff. Just make sure that it's centered within our container. Scale it up. Center that with our menu. I'm actually gonna shrink this container a little bit, or this section. I think it's a little too big, so I'm gonna just pull it up. All right, pull it up a little too much. All right, just like that. Okay. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna center it just. I'm gonna take the container. I think that's the problem. I was continuing just to take I was moving everything inside the container. I'm gonna make this small. We don't need the full size of this. So I'm just gonna select the container and I'm just gonna drag just like this. My stack in my container. I'm gonna scale the container out. Just like that. I'm gonna center it. I'm gonna take this focal point, try to get the ship in just a little bit. Nishant says, I tried the Lottie plugin and import video files in the design. Yeah, like that just makes it unbeatable at the moment. I'm super excited for that. Like the fact, well, okay, if you guys have seen what's his name? I don't know why I forgot it. Igor Vensko. If you guys haven't seen like his amazing XD stuff, you guys need to check out the Discord because it's absolutely fire. But he's got some really cool stuff. Even before like the video and all the Lottie, like the amount of time that he spent in making the masterpieces that he was able to create it is like amazing. But now that there's Lottie and things of that nature, man, it's next level. All right, so we are just making the final tweaks here. We are literally, we're literally almost done. All we need to do is work on our containers. Containers good there, stack. We're just gonna scale this out just a little bit. And this as well. All right. And we are gonna pull this. I'm gonna center it within. There we go. I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull this a little bit further. I'm gonna keep it centered. I'm gonna pull it right above there so it's right above like the moon. I think that's a nice spot. I'm gonna refocus some of this, just like the finishing touches, so there's more space for our text to be read just a little bit. Okay. I know that you can't really see a spaceship there. I don't think that's the best focal point for that either. Let's see, how can we do this? I mean, we could add another like container thing there just to darken the background a little bit. I think that's okay. We could bring this up right around here so it is readable. We're gonna change some of these. Manage the menu. Go to designer, go to the text, D-din rather than Poppins. And we're gonna go to, I think it's the condensed bold. Yeah, we'll just rock with that. Candia says, I like the focal point feature. Yeah, because otherwise it's like you're trying to figure out like what percentage you really want to have to have the photo. Like any other program is like, it's really difficult to try to figure out like where you want things, etc. So from there, like we have, what just happened here? Oh, I got scared. I thought things went away. All right, let me go and find out what happened over here. So I think we have this container. Okay, we just had it hidden for whatever reason. We're gonna just bring it where it should be. Make sure I'm selecting everything. This container. Boom. Section, container. All right, and then we're gonna go into this container. Okay. So now, what just happened here? All right, hold on, guys. There is some trickery happening because nothing is supposed to move after you go down from, like, our mobile is good, our tablet just got jacked up, and I think it's because we just did some trickery with some of our stacks here. So let me figure this out. And I also think it's you know what's different is because here I added in this I added in something extra. So let's see. Let's go to let's diagnose the problemo. So I want to don't display. That's our video. This is our container. Within another container, and then we have our stacks. I think this is what we don't want. For whatever reason, it's in there, and I don't know why. So I'm just gonna take out my stacks. I'm gonna delete this container, and I'm gonna put our stack back in our container as it should be. Okay. We're gonna display our video. Let's hope this didn't blow everything up when it came to the mobile, which it did, or at least in the top part. Because once we start deleting architecture like that, we get into some funky territory. So I'm just gonna center this. I'm gonna scale the section down a little bit. Maybe I have like a minimum here, so I'm just gonna bring this down just a little bit. I wonder why it's not letting me close that. We'll figure it out. Nishans, have you ever seen those case studies on Behance, the little cool animations in the design? I didn't try extensively because I'm more comfortable on XD, so I always thought you could only do that in that software. I don't know. I can't vouch for any other animation besides XD. I mean, honestly, I'm really for, like, if you guys watch me like design things, like the only reason that I even even recommend things like Editor X is because they're really simple. Like I'm still learning how to optimally use Editor X. But the fact that I can come in here and I can figure out like, oh, well, you know, this didn't work out, this works out. It's easy for me. Honestly, if it's easy for me, it's easy for everybody else. And a lot of the stuff I'm doing is like tweaking here and there. There we go, just moving the focal stuff. Boom. All right, cool. So we got that. We have this. This is fine. I'm gonna move this just a little bit. I like easy softwares. Softwares where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna step in here for like an hour or two, and I'm just going to, you know, do my thing. For some reason, this container is like hiding from me. I have no idea why. Oh, because it's the, yeah, okay. I know what it is. There we go. So that problem that I was having is that the container, that dark container that we made, was the problem. Because it wasn't within the desktop version. And I think I made it display none. Yeah, so stack, let's turn that on. That's the container. Let's go ahead and pull this over here. Scale this way. There we go. Dynamic Transitions Daily Challenge was one of the great ones. Wait, what was that? All right, so I think that's really it. And so this is like the basics for just making sure that we have everything that we necessarily really need for really recreating the Editor X site. Now, if I really wanted to, we can do some of the animations, which is actually even more simple, and I can show you guys how to do that. Because they're really just clicks of a button. I'm just gonna pull out some of the... So, all right, we started this at 3 o'clock. It is now 4:30. We have a full, if we preview this, this is a full built and responsive site. So this is desktop. If we go to tablet, and by the way, we are previewing this. This isn't like, oh, what it's going to look like. No, this is the actual site. I think we still need to figure out this menu. I don't know why it's not working. because it should be, and it is when we actually don't preview it. Like for example, if I decide to open the menu, this is literally what it should look like, but for some reason I'm not able to get it. I'm going to change the text here again, going to DDIN. Changes the condensed. Yeah, we have to figure out settings. Settings. Yeah, I want to figure out why that menu's not popping out. Because let's actually, I'm gonna do another test. I'm gonna pull in another menu and see what happens. I'm gonna just pull this in. I'm just gonna hit preview. Yeah, like that's not a problem. Like it pops right out. All right, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm actually gonna delete this. I'm going to move this into the proper container. Or actually, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go to my proper container, and I'm going to add the menu right within it. Let's hope it went in there. All right, it went in there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to change our colors just like we did. Boom. So I don't know what kind of bug that was. It probably was just me. Because I did copy and paste it, and I think that might have broken or detached. Yeah, because I think this should work now. Yep, there you go. Sweet. Yeah, I think I pulled it away from the rest of its components. So now that menu works. We can go to tablet. We do need to add that back in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this element, so we're gonna copy it, and we're gonna put it in every container in the menu header. So container, we're gonna display it. Actually, it was already in there. Editor X has gotten a lot smoother in regards to like it automatically doing things, because before I would have to copy it into everything, but the hamburger menu is already here. It already did it for me. It just hit it, and it hit it automatically. So I can go in here and hide it again, don't display. But if I go ahead and preview our site, boom, we're good here. I can go to tablet, we're good here. We have that nice, what's it called? That nice black dark overlay. I can make this shorter if I wanted to. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So there's 2 lines. Boom, boom, boom. We have our mobile. Mobile is good. And also, while we're previewing it, the mobile menu works as well. So from here, honestly, like if we wanted to start getting into animation, like this is literally just super easy. You just have to click stuff. Let's see. Akin says, I think it was confusing because XD was turned into an emoji by YouTube chat. What is what do you mean? And Akin says, Ashant, can you show an example what kind of animation you're talking about? Yeah, and Sean says it has top-down approach if you change everything on the upper version, all in the low. But see, the thing is oh, what was that? Oh, that was my ear. But I changed something on, what's it called? I changed something on the mobile, and it changed everything on the tablet and then on the desktop, which was awesome. So that was almost like reverse. So now we're gonna actually start playing with some of the animation. What I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna click animation, and I can hover over what some of these animations look like. I wanna mess with reveal. I think reveal is, yeah, we're gonna play with reveal. Reveal, I can customize it. And what I want to do is I can play to see what it looks like. I can change the direction from top, bottom. But we're gonna just do from the left, I think. Yes. We get to pick the duration. We only want it to animate for the first time. And let's see the delay. So we're gonna have that animate first. And then as I do more, so we're gonna animate, we're gonna go to reveal, customize, and now we're gonna start adding some seconds. So like 0.2, so that there's some delay, like 0.4, only animate once, animate, reveal, customize, we're gonna do 0.6, and then we're gonna also reveal here. That's cool though. I remembered how it worked. It was top, yeah, yeah. So things usually are top down, but what I like is that this just automatically did it everywhere, which is really cool. And then I'm gonna do 0.8. All right. So what this looks like is if I go to preview, we have some nice little animation right there. I'm gonna do it one more time. Edit, preview, boom, boom, boom. And I'm gonna start doing it on all the way down. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Animate, reveal, customize. This time I'm gonna not keep the only animate the first time. I'm gonna actually keep that. Not be the case. So 0.2, animate, reveal, 0.6, and 0.8. And again, if I actually had, let's say, copied and pasted this here, or created like a component in here, like a master element, which we'll definitely be doing more in the future, so I can show you guys how this works, I would only have to animate this once and just copy and paste it into each section and then just change the words. Boom. 0.2. .6, 0.8, and hopefully we'll figure this out, but I believe that these should animate once they come into view, essentially, when I scroll down to them. So 0.2, reveal, and there's a whole bunch there too, right, that you can pick from. All right, so let's go ahead and preview, see what we got. So this worked fine. That worked well. Upcoming launch, boom, easy day. Nice work. All right, so that's that, guys. And it's still, this should also hold up in tablet. Well, it already kind of, let's go to edit site, let's go to preview. Boom, boom, boom. Scroll into view. So the animation is not anything super hard. Like how long have we been? We're almost about 1 hour and 45 minutes. And we not only have a responsive site, but it also has animation, and it has everything that a site would need. And we literally can just publish it right now. Obviously I can upgrade and buy a custom domain from Editor X, but very simply I can just I can go to view site, and because we are on a, we're on a free version. If it's paid, this banner goes away, but this is the site. I can literally share this with you guys in the chat. This is what it looks like. If I start to squeeze it, we didn't do 100% responsive, like how exactly things are gonna justify, but let's go ahead and see what happens as we start pushing and pulling some things. So that we have mobile. Let's scale back up, boom, 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 boom. And we're looking good, guys. So this is what we did. The video is not playing. Let's figure out why. So we're gonna make this back to tab or desktop. We're gonna click on this. Oh, that's why, I forgot. We made it on click. There really should be a way to like have it autoplay. But for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to layers, because I do remember there was a play button that we totally just turned down the opacity on. And we're just gonna keep it like super low opacity. We're gonna hit save. I'm gonna publish now. I'm gonna view the site, and I'm also going to actually, where's the play button, guys? Where's the play button? I will not stop until the play button is there. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna pop this into the chat so you guys can take a look at it. You can take a peek, see. But we have our play button. It's nice and playing. I wonder if it loops. I highly doubt it loops. I wonder if it stops. Oh, it does loop. But yeah, we'll need to figure out how to get around that so that it auto plays. But it's very strange that you know, what we had prior, like it worked, but it was in a box. We need to figure out how to do that. So we're gonna learn together, but we have a pretty good site. This is literally the SpaceX site. We have animation in here. We're looking good. We are looking good. So with that said, yeah guys, thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope you guys learned something. If you guys want to check out Editor X for free, link is down in the description. It not only helps support the channel if you guys want to check it out, but you guys are going to be learning with me as I learn Editor X more deliciously, and we can continue to make cool things together. But with that said, guys, thank you for hanging out. Candia, Nishant, Akin, Fergie, and the rest of you guys. Brian, thanks for hanging out today. I hope you guys enjoy this. What we'll be doing, because this was such a long video, we will also be cutting this up into a shorter, hopefully a 10 to 15 minute tutorial. So we can kind of, if you want to rewatch this, you can kind of cut out the conversational portion and just see what it is that I'm doing. And I hope you enjoy that. So thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Friday and an amazing weekend. And if you haven't already, join our Discord, links down in the description. And until then, I'll see you next week. Again, we have, since it is November starting next week, we have new challenges, a new challenge that is coming out. And by the way, I want to give a huge shout out to Igor and Henry, who did an amazing work for this month's challenge, which was redesigning SpaceX website. If you guys want to check out the other cool submissions, head to our Discord. And other than that, I will see you next month with a new challenge. And if you guys have suggestions on what we should do, we'll be redesigning that and hopping into Editor X to design it as well. So with that, peace out, guys. Smell you later. And if you haven't already, please like please like this video, and I'll see you later. All right, guys, peace. Thank you so much for hanging out. Enjoy yourselves. If you just give me 45 seconds, I will show you how you can create some of the hottest animated prototypes in your design career in just a few hours. Not days. My name is Groce. I'm a designer, host, and content creator, as well as an Adobe partner. And welcome to my Award Academy Masterclass on sexy animated prototypes, all in XD. Listen, forget about the 203/4 hours it takes to whip up just the showcase version of your product in After Effects 9. In this course, you will learn how to build and deliciously animate prototypes for the real world and in less time. Trust me, your product team will thank you. We're going to get into all the skills and knowledge required to animation, timing, and music, how to utilize mask, read, transform, and other techniques to create some really cool animated effects, and I'll even show you how to showcase and add some flair to your work once you prototype. Throughout this course, you'll follow along with me to reverse engineer some of my own projects and the files that are created. By the end of this course, you'll be able to create anything that you see on the internet or just desire to, because you know how to use XD, capacity, think about motion, understand how to break down what inspires you so that you can create it. If this sounds of interest to you, I have one question for you. Why haven't you already signed up? This cute squirrel, Mr. Snuggles, and I will be awaiting your enrollment. Join me and Mr. Snuggles in my Awards Academy Masterclass today. We'll see you there.